Yeah, supporters, of course, now, as we've seen, are lining up for Lindsay Clancy. It's odd, and it wasn't the case decades ago. Decades ago, we saw Susan Smith, and that case played out very differently in the public. Susan Smith drowned her two little boys in 1994. She first falsely claimed that a black man had carjacked her and kidnapped the boys, but then the truth came out. Mothers gathered outside the courthouse screaming, "Baby killer." And like Clancy, Smith's mental state became a major part of her defense, but the public reaction couldn't have looked more different. 30 years later, Smith came up for parole, and the boy's father is still adamant she belongs behind bars.
She made free choice that night to end her life. I never have felt any remorse from her for it. She's never expressed any to me. Through the state's law, life imprisonment, 30 years to life. And now that's different, but at that time, that's what counts. I understand that. But ultimately, to me, that's only 15 years per child. It's just not enough.
Smith was denied parole, but she's eligible again every 2 years, with her next hearing set for November. Her ex-husband says he'll be there every hearing, every 2 years, for as long as it takes to argue she should never walk free. Compare that to the reaction that we see now. Somehow, along the way, over the past couple of decades, condemnation has turned into support. Joining me now, the lead prosecutor in the 1995 Susan Smith murder trial and South Carolina State Representative Tommy Pope. Representative, thanks for being with us here today. Let's start here.
Yes, sir.
What do you make? What do you make of the difference in the reaction to the case you were a part of several decades ago to what you're seeing now with Lindsay Clancy?
I think it may be a reflection of our social media world now. You know, people that aren't totally armed with knowledge will jump on a bandwagon, and you know, we end up with we've got a lot more information, but sometimes it's misinformation. And I think people, you know, jump on one side or the other without really knowing the facts. You know, in this particular case, you know, the question becomes, did she know right from wrong? I mean, I'm not disputing that she might have been suicidal. She might have had postpartum depression. And those are important issues. If that's what the people outside are advocating for, absolutely. We are woefully dropping the ball on mental health issues in general in this country. But as far as the death of 3 children, you have to look at, did she know right from wrong? And you have to look at the extrinsic evidence. In other words, calling on the phone, you know, the ordering the food, sending the husband away, all of those type things that shows she's not distorted from reality.
When you hear the claims being made in court that Lindsay suffered from postpartum psychosis, tell us how that differs from the case you prosecuted decades ago with Sandra Smith.
So with Smith, they never got to the point of, you know, she had a number of DSM, which for your viewers is the diagnostic system manual that they look at all these things. She had a number of diagnoses, but nothing that showed she had a break with the reality. And from a legal standpoint, each state may be a little different. It's, again, basically, did you know legal and moral right from legal and moral wrong? And so with Smith, you know, we didn't have that diagnosis. Here, you know, you've got a split of opinion, you know, and in Smith, even the defense, you know, their expert never said it was psychosis. She just made a horrible, horrible, selfish choice. And so here, as you said earlier, they got the battle of the experts. You know, ultimately as a prosecutor, what you have to do is ask the jury, you've got to match that. But you've also got to ask the jury to look at the facts and circumstances. That's why mundane things that are coming in, like, again, talking to the lady that received the food order, all those different things go to show she was grounded in reality, even though she made a horrible, horrible choice.
You spent a lot of time inside the judicial system as a prosecutor and now inside the legislative system as a representative in South Carolina. What do you think, regardless of whether or not she's found to have had a psychotic break, what do you think is the appropriate punishment for Lindsay Clancy?
You know, I always said with Smith, and again, there are a number of differences, but with Smith, you know, you had a clear motive. She wanted to be with the boyfriend. And if she got rid of the kids, because he said he didn't want kids, so you saw that goal. This one's a little trickier. I always said with Smith, I sought the death penalty. The jury chose to give her life. But I said with Smith, whatever the maximum punishment was, whatever they would have given the black carjacker, whatever they would have given the husband is what she should receive. In Clancy, it's a little bit tougher. The jury's going to look at, her physical injury, her paralysis as perhaps self-inflicted, but punishment nonetheless. And so that's the difficulty. That once you get past it, for her, there was no end game. With Susan Smith, she was looking, she was going to live happily ever after with Prince Charming. Here, it's almost like you can't figure out, other than being rid of the kids, where was she going next? And so it's a difficult call. I believe she is guilty based on the evidence I've seen, but ultimately the punishment, there's 3 lives lost, and we lose that. There's nobody that I saw outside protesting protection of children. Again, no disrespect to the folks that are talking about mental health issues, but we cannot take the lives of these children. And I think that's what it comes down to. You've got 3 murders, like David Smith said, allocate some for each one. Even if it was the same Susan got 15 years before she's eligible, that's, 45 years there.
All right, Tommy Pope, thanks for being with us here today.
Appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.